Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Magical, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the NECA Toys Defenders of the Earth Phantom figure. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. And if you do enjoy this video or any other content that I put out, please remember to give them a thumbs up. It is free and easy for you to do, and it really helps the channel grow. With all that out of the way, guys, once again, we are going to be taking a look at the NECA Toys Defenders of the Earth Phantom figure. So this is the first release of this figure that was previously released, not the new one based off the classic comics with the striped briefs. No, this one's based off the classic 80s cartoon. So yeah, once again, I have no attachment to this character or figure, but he is just a really cool figure, and he comes with some really cool accessories, and I got a crazy great deal on this guy. I actually was going to pick this guy up almost 6 to 8 months ago in a Target for retail. However, I was currently on my way to pick up the Steppenwolf Mega figure by McFarlane Toys, and well, a decision had to be made, and I chose the Steppenwolf, and I left this guy there, and I kind of regretted it every day since. And recently they did release the new updated version. Well, I say new updated version because it is relatively better than this one, but it is based off an older representation of the Phantom, whereas this one's actually technically newer since it's in the 80s. The other one's based off like the 50s and 40s and stuff like that, but I digress. I wanted this figure, I got that figure, and so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and see if I can find this guy on OfferUp. And lo and behold, I found somebody, and I was able to pick him up for $20. So that is $15 under retail. Super happy to have gotten him. So I definitely couldn't pass him up, and I definitely had to pick him up. But unfortunately, the newer one is going to run you about $40 because, man, prices are going up. And if you are wondering what's the difference between this one and the other one that was just released, even though I'm telling you a few things, I am going to be doing a full comparison video so you guys can see the differences in both costumes, sculpt, paint, and accessories. But that will be a video for another day. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Phantom from Defenders of the Earth. So why don't we go ahead and get started with his accessories. He doesn't come with too many alternate hands. Unlike the other one that was just released, he comes with quite a few alternate hands. This one only comes with 2. So in package, he does come with a pair of fisted hands, which is nice because McFarlane Toys doesn't give us fisted hands with our superheroes, which they should, but NECA Toys does, so that's really cool. He does come with another right-handed fisted hand in the form of a power stance. So this is not just your typical fisted hand, if you can't tell. It has a hole in it. So why does it have a hole? Well, because if we pull our regular fisted hand up again, you will see that there is a ring right there, if my camera will focus on it, and that ring actually shoots out a laser beam. And much like the laser beam that you see on his laser gun right there, they do include a laser beam for his ring. And so that hole, you just plug that in right there, and there you go. You get a really cool effect, make it look like it's basically coming out of his fist, and you also get that cool, impact point right there. So that's really cool, and it is quite a long piece, so that's cool as well. Once again, it's very similar to the one right there in the ray gun. However, if you don't want such a long attachment but you still want a little bit of an effect, they did include this one small muzzle flash, like if he's shooting a single bullet and it's not like a continuous one. They did give you 2 of these with the brand new release. However, they're in like yellowish orange like a muzzle flash because unlike the 80s cartoon, he actually uses handguns, whereas this guy, obviously, like every cartoons in the 80s, the people had ray guns, not actual real guns, so they had to do that. So before we take a look at the ray gun in his hand, he does come with one other accessory, which means absolutely nothing to me because, like I said, I have no attachment to the cartoon series, but if you're a fan, you may be happy about this. But he does come with a Zuffy or Zuffy, whatever you want to call this little critter. But he's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. You know, he can stick him anywhere in terms of like a Star Wars shelf or something like that. Even a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shelf. You know, he just looks like a mutated person. So super cool. He does have a bit of articulation. So his arms do go up and down. And they do hinge up and down. But you have to be very careful. He's a very delicate figure. His head does not rotate at all. His legs will kick out right there. And, you know, go back and move forward and back just ever so slightly, and his tail articulates as well on a ball joint. So yeah, you get Zuffy. He has a little crystal in his hand that stays in his hand, doesn't remove. But yeah, super cool. I guess he has a mustache like me, so that's pretty cool too. So why don't we go ahead and finally take a look at the ray gun in this guy's hand. So why don't we go ahead and pull him forward. He is very off balance because he is in a running stance, but we are gonna try to get him back in position if we cannot. Let's see here. There we go. We got him all balanced up. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the ray gun effect first. So it is slightly different than the ring one. So the ring one, let's go ahead and pull it forward. It has a slightly smaller flared base at the bottom right there because it's coming out of a ring, whereas this one's coming out of a ray gun, so it has a larger flared base. There he goes. You know what? I'm actually going to just put him in a standing position at this point because we are going to be pulling him forward soon enough and taking a look at his articulation. Well, the points that we can look at, because unlike the new figure, which came out relatively well in terms of joint movements and everything, this guy is super stiff. But we have one more thing to take a look at, and that is, of course, his ray gun right here. And if you can tell, it comes in a nice shiny, I mean, it's coming off as like purplish blue, like it changes color with the different lights and stuff. So, yeah, super cool. I absolutely love the sculpts, just super futuristic looking, super cool in my opinion. I love this paint that's just super reflective and cool. So yeah, guys, that is all the accessories that this guy comes with. So why don't we go ahead, like I said, and pull him forward so we can take a nice closer look at him. So as you can see on his face, he does have a little bit of 5 o'clock shadowing right there, which is really nice. The purple isn't as deep and good on this figure. There's a little bit of like under color paint. You can see they didn't paint it too well. However, the sculpt of the body is the same as the new figure, so that's really good. However, like I said, the other figure came out relatively smooth in terms of joints. This guy definitely needs to be hit with a blow dryer, and that is one thing that I have not done. So when we look at his articulation, we may not be able to bend every joint every which way, because I'm going to be super careful with this guy. So yeah, same as the other one, just minus the striped briefs right here. He does have the same belt, just minus the holsters for his handguns. Once again, the back is just a plain purple. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and move on into articulation. So he can look all the way to the right, all the way to the left. He can, let's go ahead and move his arms down, look down that far, look up that far, and of course has really good head tilt right there. His arms will go out to a T pose. They will 360 rotate at the shoulder right there. You know what? I'm gonna oh, and he's stuck. Okay, I'm going to return him here, but you can go 360. Like I said, I just need to hit this guy with a blow dryer. You do get rotation at the bicep right there. You do get double hinge elbows, which need to be hit with a blow dryer because this one will bend, but this one won't. You do get rotation at the wrist, as well as hinging in and out, but as soon as you do that, you expose the paint right there. Look at that. As soon as I hinge his hand in and out, it exposes the paint. Amazing. Like I said, thankfully I got him for 20 bucks and not 35. He does come with a designated ab crunch, which is decent but not the best. The newer one comes with a better one, and it seems like it scrapes right here. Oh wait, that came off. I guess all these little things are just flakes, so thankfully. He does come with lower abdomen rotation right there, or waist rotation I should say. Taking a look at how far he can do the splits, he can actually join the cheerleading squad, surprisingly. That's like the one joint that doesn't need to be hit by a blow dryer. But looking at how far he can kick forward, super tight. Oh, this leg was loose, so he can kick forward that far. He'll kick back that far, but he does have a bit of a gap. Taking a look at his knee articulation, once again, needs to be hit by a blow dryer, but he does come with double hinge knees. I'm not going to push it. He does come with a boot cut, I think, but once again, need to hit that with a blow dryer. His ankle articulation will go down that far. it will go up that far. It of course comes with a ball rocker hinge, and he comes with toe articulation, one of the few NECA figures to come with toe articulation. And when I did my review of the newer one, I was like, oh, I wonder if this one comes with toe articulation, and it does. So yeah, this is essentially the same sculpt, body, everything like that we get in the new version. However, in the new version we do get better paint, looser joints. Well, I shouldn't say looser because they are stiff and they hold, but they aren't like, you know, painted shut and you can't move them unless you blow dry them. And you do get a few more accessories with him. So we'll go over all that in the comparison video that I will be posting of these two guys. But yeah, guys, with that being said, join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. And join me every Wednesday for Coffee and Toys Live over on Instagram at CoolFigurez, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy collecting, toy photography, and so much more. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics that I took of this guy. And if you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a great fucking day. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of any figures I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all my unboxings. And join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to this channel sponsor, CoolFigurez Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. CoolFigurez Store. Check them out, guys.